Hi, and welcome to the woods. I'm Kelley Buttrick, and for today's Think Outside encounter, we're going to do something that my mom and I used to do when I was a little kid, and we both enjoyed it so much. I hope you do as well. We are going to make terrariums. This is a cake server, pie server. It's got a serrated edge. I got it for about $1.50 at Goodwill, and it's perfect for harvesting moss. It is cold today. I'm not looking forward to sticking my hands in this water, but I like that piece of quartz. We add that to the terrarium. Rocks are a great place to find moss. I like this stick. It's not attached to anything, and it looks like it has some kind of something growing on it. That'll look cool. It's important not to take more than about 20% of what's there because you don't want to screw up this little colony, I guess you'd call it. So you just take a little bit. And the other thing is that if you're pulling moss from wood like this, a fallen tree or a log, you want to only pull from things that come off easily. If you're having to tug at it or really dig at it, you should probably let it continue to do its thing. Scooping up some of the soil that was underneath the little patch I took to mix in with the potting soil I'll use in my terrarium. Found all this in about a little over 2 miles of hiking. Did not leave the trail, just stayed along the trail to find all of this great stuff. I think I mentioned earlier, if I didn't, I'm going to say it again, that I challenged myself, basically forced myself to think creatively, saying that I had to find something on that one trip to that one Goodwill store to make a terrarium out of. So I found a 99-cent coffee cup and a 99-cent wine glass that fits pretty nicely on top of the coffee cup. So I thought that would be fun. And then I'm going to use this terrarium that I've had for years, and we just moved, so I put it back. I put the makings of the terrarium back out in the woods, and I'm going to make a new one. So to start off with, you want to have about 1 inch of rocks. I actually bought these rocks. I didn't go out and find them. I just got them on Amazon. They're river stones, but you want about 1 inch of rocks on the bottom mixed with activated charcoal. There's 1 inch of rocks and activated charcoal. Add a few rocks here and 1 inch of rocks and activated charcoal. Then you want to add 2 to 3 inches of organic potting soil. I also like to mix that in with the soil from my hike, but mostly potting soil, but I don't know if that makes a difference. I do like to mix it in with some of the soil that was already there. Now it's time to put together your terrarium. And I would recommend that anything you don't use, you just put back out in a shady, moist spot of your yard. But feel free to move things around to where it looks right for you. Let's do this. I like to scoop up lake water to water my terrariums, but you can use rainwater, you can use distilled water. You don't want to use tap water. I also recommend that you use some sort of little spray bottle. I read somewhere that the best way to water it is to mist the sides so it distributes evenly. I also have just misted directly on top of it, kind of going in like this on top of all of the plants. The key is not to overwater. Obviously you don't want to underwater, and I think the best way to do it is just to touch it. And if it feels dry, give it a few mists. You want it to be moist but not soggy. If it is soggy, you want to kind of drain off some of that water. And it's okay to have misting along the sides. that lets you know that the water is circulating, the moisture is circulating. That's a good thing. You don't necessarily want it dripping down the sides all the time. Again, just use your fingers and check. You'll know. You want to make sure and keep your terrarium somewhere that gets indirect light. You don't want to stick it in the direct sunlight. Here are my 2 terrariums. I had so much fun making them. If you end up making a terrarium, please tag me. I'd love to see what they look like. If you post it on social media, just tag. I'm usually at KB Voiceovers. I think on Twitter it may be KB_voiceovers. But just please tag me, Kelley Buttrick, or KB Voiceovers, so that I can see your awesome terrariums. Thanks for joining me on today's Think Outside encounter.